do I have collections as a minimalist-ish person? Minimalist-ish. That's hard to say. So the answer is yes, I do have some collections, and today I want to share those with you. I am very intentional about the things that I collect, and so the first thing that I want to talk about is my collection of Ironstone. I fell in love with Ironstone probably about 3 years ago. Maybe longer than that now. I'll have to go back and add that up. But I started going thrifting with some friends, and on our very first thrifting outing, I found 2 Ironstone platters that were white, and I knew that I wanted to do all white dishes in my kitchen. And so I purchased those 2 platters. I think one of them was $10 and maybe one was $8, and that began my collection of Ironstone. Now, over the years, I have added to that collection many platters, and I also added a teapot that my friend passed up, and it looks beautiful in my kitchen. And then my husband also found me a set. Today I am using this Ironstone china that my husband found on Facebook Marketplace while we were visiting my family in Texas. Now this is a set of, I believe, 51 pieces. The couple that had it got it as a wedding gift, and I believe they only used it one time. You can kind of see the crazing here in it. I love it. I do all white china and servingware, and when he found this set, I was so excited. We ended up getting it for $20 for all of this except for the teapot, which I will show you in a moment, bowls, dessert plates, salad plates, teacup plates. This is the only one that had some discoloration, but I just keep it inside of the others, and up on the open shelving in my kitchen, you don't notice it. But love this collection. Let me flip it over and show you the back. So it's Independence Ironstone, 1776. So while I was thrifting with some friends in Sonora, one of my friends passed up this beautiful tea pitcher, and I think she regrets not getting it now. But I got it for $7, and I got this before I got the set of china. And so once we got home from Texas and I was getting this all washed up and put on my shelves, I realized that it matched this teapot that I had previously gotten. So that was so fun. But I also mix and match this with other white Ironstone platters and serving dishes. On a normal basis, we use glass dishes to eat off of, but we also use the Ironstone for maybe our family night dinner on a Friday evening, or when we have company, or when I'm hosting a party. The Ironstone gets used on a regular basis. And so I would say that this collection that I have curated has been very profitable and useful. Now for you, that may look like some family heirloom china. I am not a minimalist to the point of only keeping our everyday dishes or what we use every single day. And so I would say that my Ironstone collection is a collection that I keep even though I try to be minimal. So the second thing that I want to talk about is books. I collect books. I collect children's books, adult books, all different kinds of books. This love of books was passed down to me by my parents. They have quite an extensive library. I should have asked my dad how many books, but I think he has lost count. I know it is more than 5,000, and I want to say maybe even quite a bit more than that. But I love particularly old books. I think that they are so beautiful. However, I don't buy books just for the way that they look. Because we live in such a small space, I don't have room to keep books that are just beautiful. So it is a double win when they are both beautiful and books that we will read. So for example, this shelf behind me, these are not all beautiful books, but these are books that we read and that we access on a regular basis. And so I'm not going to take all of these out and just put pretty books here because we don't have space for that. But I do love collecting children's books, and I'm very particular about the books that I keep, like I said, because of the space factor. So we have classics. I know I mentioned in a previous video about a set of encyclopedias that were my in-laws. I have a set, an old set of Elsie Dinsmore. I think there may be like 30 something books in that set that I am saving for my girls, and they are beautiful books as well as ones that they will read. And so books is another collection that I keep, and I am continually going through my books because as we add new ones, I have to cull out and get rid of some, but I feel like books will always be something that I keep even in this technology age that we live in. There is still something so special and rewarding about sitting down with a book in your hands. I am very excited to be passing down this love of books to our children. Our oldest son, who is 10, just finished reading Farmer Boy in a day, and I think maybe this might be his 4th or 5th time reading that book through. It is one of his favorites, but he comes by it honestly because both sets of grandparents love to read, as do his mama. Although I don't have a lot of time to read these days, I am reading more now that I don't have babies. I'm finding or making more time in my schedule for reading again. The next thing I want to talk about are linens. Linens are something that I have more than a minimalist would. I don't just have one tablecloth that we keep on our table. I have multiple tablecloths. I have a special one that I got from France on our honeymoon. I have linens that have been passed down from older relatives and grandparents. And I love using cloth napkins occasionally, not every day, but I love cloth napkins. I love wearing aprons. And so linens are a collection that I keep and that I love. It is challenging to find a place to store linens in our little farmhouse, and I have to be creative with that, hiding them in baskets and cupboards and various places. Eventually, my dream is to have a linen cupboard, like maybe one of the old baker's racks or something in my kitchen that I can store them all together in. But I love them so much that I find a place for them so that I can keep all of my linens. So linens, I feel like, are a great souvenir. My sister brought me back, that's not a towel, but something that you would use on a tea tray is a better way to put that, just to make it look beautiful, from Ireland. And like I said, the tablecloth from France. And we have an upcoming trip that I hope to bring some more linens back from. So I feel like that is a great souvenir that doesn't just sit on a shelf as a knickknack, but can be used and passed down for generations. And finally, I collect hat boxes. My husband and I both love hats. We have all different kinds of hats. Our kids have baseball caps, we have cowboy hats, we have fedoras, and we are definitely a hat family. So this is something that I do put a limit on as far as the boxes go. There is a shelf over our closet area that I have the hat boxes and I keep the hats in. But these are special hat boxes. They have been from anniversary trips, from antique stores that we have gone to, just various places. I think anywhere from Oklahoma to Texas, maybe even to Washington. We have collected these antique hat boxes, and I love them because they're decorative, but they also serve to store our hats in. And so a couple of them are in need of some repair now. They have taken a little bit of a beating over time, and so I will replace probably some of them, but I will never get so many that I just have stacks of hat boxes. I do want to keep them to a minimum, but I enjoy having them. So those are my collections. I have enjoyed sharing them with you today. I know this has been a little bit different than my normal content, but I wanted to show you that even living in small spaces, you can still maintain some collections that are near and dear to your heart. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you next time.